Hello everyone, I'm Lakisha Spletzer, and I would like to welcome you to this edition of Kishaz Talks. It's been a while since I've done a vlog that was about, well, one of my books, because let's face it, this year, 2012, has been a rather busy year for me on all kinds of fronts. However, now that things are winding down and we're in the last month of the year, I thought it was time to play catch up. So, you're going to get a special edition, not one, but two of the 3 books that were released this year. And we're going to start it off with the first one that was released in February, The Tempo. The Tempo was my first, well, foray, I guess you could say, into middle grade / young adult fiction. Now, I do write a lot of YA. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But there was something that appealed to me about making the characters, well, a little bit younger. To capture that sense of wonder, if you will. Not saying that the teenagers lose that sense of wonder, but as we kind of get a little older, some things stop amazing us. Whereas when you're a child, everything's amazing, it's all a big adventure, and some pretty cool ideas can come from a kid. The Tempo is a special book in many ways. Not only because of the age of the characters, but the way it was written. When I came up with the concept of The Tempo, it was after watching 4 very talented young ladies who are a part of a dance competition team prepare to dance. Watching them joke, play around, and just be youthful made my mind start to turn. It also didn't hurt that I had watched The Last Airbender. Yes, I admit to that guilty pleasure, and had been wowed by the special effects. It had made my mind, well, start to branch out to its own little avenues, and it brought me to the conclusion that I wanted to do a fantasy story with people that used elemental powers. Now, I do a lot of mental powers in my story, but elemental powers wasn't something I really did a lot of. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool to do a story like that? And to put these 4 girls in this book. Well, I approached the girls with the idea. At first, they were all a little hesitant, and I was getting some strange looks. Put us in a book, they said? And I explained that yes, I was going to put them in a book, and that I would do one better. They would get to design their characters, basically themselves, and change whatever they wanted. Hair, skin, family situation, you name it, they got to change it. And all I ask is that they allow me to write a series around the 4 of them that would incorporate the things that they did best: singing, music, and dance. Well, after I explained it that way, they were all gung-ho, with the only stipulation being, Miss Keisha, make us famous. We're still working on that part, but I was honored that they trusted me enough to put them in a book to start with, and to write a story that hopefully they and others would enjoy. Now, in the beginning, there was a little bit of squabbling over who would be which element. I solved that problem by telling them I got to pick the elements. So the elements, as they're shown on the cover here in order: Earth is Tamara, Water is Aaliyah, Fire is Marissa, and Air is Jasmine. 4 girls, 4 elements, 4 different destinies. But one thing in common: they have to save their world from an evil queen who has taken over the throne and is plunging the world into darkness. This series contains 6 books. The first book, The Tempo, introduces you to the 4 heroines of the story. You'll get to see how they learned about their powers, a little bit of their training, and what they are tasked with doing. Book 2, The Melody, is Air's story. Book 3, The Rhythm, is Earth's story. Book 4, The Timbre, is the story of Fire. Book 5, The Counterpoint, is the elusive Water. And Book 6, The Harmony, shows the 4 girls returning from their very divergent paths to reunite to save their world. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to their antics, their storylines, and the hope that these 4 girls inspire and bring. So, what are you waiting for? Pick up your copy today. I promise you won't be disappointed.